Hello gamers and welcome back to another Skyblock video. Today I'm gonna show you 5 tips that a new player to Hypixel Skyblock should either do immediately or avoid at all costs. Starting with probably the most important one, which is fairy souls. If you don't know what fairy souls are, then you've been living under a rock, but basically, if you collect 5 fairy souls, then Tear the Fairy will give you a permanent stat boost. This includes health, strength, crit damage, crit chance, all the good stuff you need in Hypixel Skyblock. And you can find these things scattered around the map like this one right here. If you don't want to find them yourself, just look on YouTube for a video with their locations. I was one of those people who thought fairy souls were a complete waste of time, so I didn't do them until I was really late into the game. But after I collected them, I doubled my health and a lot of stats just got buffed. You should probably get a grappling hook or an aspect of the end. If you don't want to do that, just get some ender pearls, and they get the job done just as well as an aspect of the end or a grappling hook. The second thing I need to talk about is the deep caverns. You should have one purpose here, and that is to get the collections and then get out as fast as possible, because it's a complete waste of time. Like this guy, don't be this guy. Just come here, unlock a few collections, and leave. You don't want to waste your time on getting lapis armor like that guy, because you can just buy it for insanely cheap in the auction house. And don't buy it. It's bad. Just get hardened diamond armor. It's also really cheap and easy to get for early game players, and it's just way better than lapis armor. But yeah, just don't waste your time in the deep caverns. It's not worth it. As I said, just come here, unlock the collection for diamond, obsidian, redstone, and everything else, and just leave. It's just, these mobs are way too difficult to deal with for early game players. We all know that. And just don't deal with them. Just leave until you're prepared. In fact, don't ever come back here. You have minions, you don't need to be here. Which brings me to the next point. Minions. When I first started this game, I had a minion of each type, thinking that was good and that I would unlock a bunch of collections and upgrade a bunch of minions at the same time. That was a huge mistake. I wasted a lot of time doing that. Instead, what you should be doing is getting a bunch of minions of the same type and then upgrading a single one of them. This way you're gonna upgrade it a lot faster, and if you're going for collection, then you will get it faster as well. It's way better to do a bunch of minions of the same type. And once you're at tier 8 or tier 7, just change them to a different kind of minion, because at that point you're just going to be wasting your time and resources. Because if you're in early game, you don't want to get maxed minions, it's just pointless. Also, I want to talk about farms. In Hypixel Skyblock, people see minions and just think they won't need to farm. No, you do need to farm. Farming is really good for early game, because you get a lot of health from the farming skill, and you get some extra cash, so it's a win-win. Plus, if you need to upgrade your minions, you have a farm to do that. Because minions are pretty slow, let's be honest. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, by the way, did you know only 1% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed? I know, it's insane. So help me change that. Subscribe today, and you can always unsubscribe whenever you feel like it. Now enjoy the rest of the video. Another thing is the events. Hypixel Skyblock has a bunch of scheduled events, and most people try hard these events for absolutely no reason. I mean, if you're a late or mid-game player, then you might have a reason, but if you're just starting in the game, you have to ignore most of these events. The only decent event for early game players is probably the Jerry event and the New Year celebration event. During this event, you unlock this new island, and you can collect these gifts. And after 5 hours from now, this mountain is gonna erupt, and if you can secure one of these cannons, it's gonna be really good, because you're gonna get top 3 for sure. This way you're gonna get a lot more gifts, and you can sell it to get around 1 million. That's right, 1 million coins just from doing absolutely nothing. For an early game player, 1 million coins is a really good start, because during this event you won't even need gear. You literally get a snow blaster for free, and as I said, if you secure one of these cannons, it's a guaranteed top 3 if you're good enough. But most of the other events you just want to ignore, like the traveling zoo. Unless you have a decent amount of coins to invest into pets that you know will sell for more after the event, then just ignore it. Or get pets for yourself if you have enough money to burn. And the Spooky Festival is also pretty decent, but you do need good gear for that, because you need to be able to one-shot most mobs if you want to get a decent score at this. I mean, it's pretty good for money, don't get me wrong, but it's not that great for early game players. So you've been playing Hypixel Skyblock for a while, and you've unlocked the end. Well, don't come here, it's a complete waste of time. You're most likely not gonna be able to one-shot these Endermen once you come to the end. And that's no surprise, they're pretty tough for early game players. And you need Ender Armor to even have a chance at one-shotting them in early game. And trust me, you don't want to waste your time grinding Enderman. Instead, you just have to buy the armor. It's not that expensive, and you can get it easily from the auction house. So now you've been able to one-shot the Enderman and you think you can grind Zealots. Well, I'm sorry, but you can't. Zealots have way more health than those Endermen, and you have a lot more competition here because people want to grind Zealots. It's literally free money. But if you have a decent weapon and you have around 1,000,000 coins to burn on a Zealot grinding set, I have just the video for you. I made a video on the best set for grinding Zealots, and it's really good for mid-game players, and it's pretty cheap. So I'll link that in the description if you're interested, and yeah, I want to talk about something else before I end the video. Similar to the end, don't waste your time in dungeons. It's not meant for early game players, it's meant for late game players. Let's say you're an early game player, you do a dungeon run, and you get a really nice drop in a chest. But you don't have enough money to collect it, so it's just sitting there and you wasted your time, you wasted your chance to get that drop, so just don't do dungeons. Unless you're a mid-game player, in which case, then grind floor 1, maybe floor 2 as well. I mean, dungeons is basically free money, you don't have to invest anything unless you want to, and you have a chance of finding decent drops, so if you're good enough for dungeons, go ahead. If you're not, then just stay away, they're a waste of time. Anyways gamers, that was the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope this video helps you out in the future. And if you're a new player, just don't play Skyblock, please, it's a complete waste of time. I'm just kidding, if you have fun playing it, then go ahead. I just gave you these tips to help you and yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching gamers, peace.